Okay, hi everyone. We have a good number of people here, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started with this training for ARES. Now, I want to introduce myself first of all. My name is Kirsten Lee. I'm the Distance Learning Liaison at Fordham University Libraries. And I know that ARES is something that you guys are all working with, have worked with in your courses, have questions about. So I hope to walk us through the ARES platform today and be able to answer some questions that you may have about your readings. Just a quick disclaimer, as we get started, this meeting will be recorded and then made available on the Fordham University Library YouTube page and possibly other library platforms. So just keep that in mind, okay? So again, ARES is something that you are all going to need to work with your social work courses to access readings and to be able to be prepared for your courses as you continue in the online program. So I'm going to share my screen with you and start you walking through the process of how to create an ARES account, search for your course readings, and what to do when your readings are not there. If you have questions at any time, please open your chat box and you can chat to everyone because I'm sure we have a lot of the same questions. And after I'm done with the demonstration, I'll be able to read through your questions in the chat box and take further questions as I go along. Okay? So first of all, let's start on the library homepage because that is where you're going to want to access your ARES course readings. So you're going to go to fordham.edu/library. Now, ARES is our electronic reserve system for course materials. Professors come to the library and ask us to put specific readings on reserve and resources to make them available for you all to read and study for your homework. All documents that we put on electronic reserve are compliant with fair use copyright policies and are also ADA compliant. So we hope that everything follows all the rules that we set. As I go through, we'll talk about readings that might not appear on ARES, and it's possible that they break our fair use copyright policies. Okay, so let's start with how to get to ARES. So from the library homepage, you're going to want to go to My Accounts and then click on ARES. Okay? If you already have an account, you can easily log in here. If you don't have an account, go ahead and scroll down where it says New to ARES, and under Students, click on Create an Account. Okay, from there, notice that all the required fields have a red asterisk next to them, so make sure you fill out all these fields, starting with your name, your Fordham identification number and email address, what type of student you are, and then you will need to create a username and password scheme that will just be relevant for your ARES account. You should use your Access IT username when you're creating the ARES account. The password can be whatever you want. But this is not the same username and password necessarily that you'll be using to log into the 2.4 platform, to place holds on books, or to authenticate in databases. So make sure to keep it separate as your ARES login. The default course subscriptions is always ticked as automatic. Feel free to change this if you desire. All that means is that whenever a new document is added to your ARES page, you'll get an email blast saying, hey, a new item was uploaded. This shouldn't be so relevant for you guys since the social work course pages are rather static throughout the whole term, but feel free to change it to whatever you would like. So after I fill in all my information, I simply click Create Account. I can click on ARES to go back to the library homepage. And I'm going to log in and show you how to search for and add courses. Okay? So I put in my username and my password, and then I click on Log on to ARES. So this should look familiar to many of you, this main menu. What I'm going to have to do now when I first log in is find the courses that I'm enrolled in. So this is different maybe from your experiences with Blackboard that deal with automatic enrollment. With ARES, you get to decide and select the specific courses that you are taking and that you need access to. To do this, I click on Search Courses. Now, you have a few options with how to search for the courses that you're taking. The first one is in the instructor drop-down menu. For you guys, if you want to open the instructor drop-down menu, what will be most helpful to you is to scroll all the way down to where it says required, GSSS. Click on that and then click go. This is going to give you a list of all of these social work required pages. So if you're taking more than one course this session, it's easy for you to search courses through the instructor dropdown and then say, okay, I'm in 6416 and 6440, and click on add course and then put the password in that way. Another way to add courses is to go back to search courses and search by course number. Okay, so let's say I'm taking 6436 right now. So I type in SWGS 6436 and then click go. And this should give me the required page for 6436. I'm confirming that my instructor is required, so I'm not looking for a page for my individual section, but rather the course page that has all of the required readings. I click Add Course to the left of the page, and then I put in the password. And this password is going to be the word master and the 4-digit course number, all lowercase, no spaces. If you're accessing a course page for a specific instructor's course or something outside of the social work department, the password might be different and your professor will be able to share that password with you. So after I input the password, I can click Add Course. And what happens is that course is now appearing in my main menu. So the next time I log on to ARES, I'll see this immediately pop up in my main menu. You will only have to add the password once when you first try to unlock the reading. So I can forget that password scheme for 6436 now on. To enter the course, I can then click on the course number. Okay, so this is what your ARES page looks like for each course that you're taking. Notice the tags at the top of the page. This is how we have organized the readings to correspond to what your syllabus looks like, okay? So say that I'm now in Module 2. Before even entering these readings, I know that there are 15 resources located in that module, and by clicking on the tab, I'll be able to look at just those readings. It's much easier to navigate than scrolling through the whole list, as there were 80-something total resources in this entire course page. So I click on Module 2, and the filters are very clear at the top, so I can remind myself that in 6436, I'm just looking at Module 2. As I scroll down, I see there are several different types of resources. So let's open a few of these so I can show you how they differ. I'm going to open these in new tabs. So I want to open the first two, and I think I want to open this one as well. Okay, so the first one I opened was a web link, and that's going to take me directly to the resource itself. From here, this is just a URL. We just gave you the link, so you can read it on your screen, you can print it, you can email the link to yourself if you don't want to have to go back to ARES to look at this, etc. That's an open link that's able to be shared. The second link was a PDF, okay? So I opened this in a new tab, and this opens to a journal article where you can see the full citation here. And I'm in Chrome right now, and in Chrome, I'm easily able to either print the article from the top right or download the article and save it to my flash drive, my hard drive, however you want to organize your readings, or I can just read directly on the screen. The third link I opened up was to an ebook. And this is what some of the landing pages of ebooks look like, okay? So it's an ebook within our database system, EBSCOhost. And what I wanted to call your attention to are the publisher permissions and the concurrent user level. Okay, so the publisher is going to set how many pages I can save in the ebook or print or email. Okay, you can't download the entire ebook and print it out. That would be against copyright policy. So notice that for this ebook, I can save 30 pages at one time, probably around a chapter of this ebook. Okay, but also with the user level, notice we only have one copy of this ebook. So that means now that I'm looking at it, it's restricting you all from looking at this same ebook as well. Okay, so once you open what you need in the ebook, let's say I want chapter 7, I can navigate from the table of contents, open the chapter that I'm looking for, easily save or print the pages that I need, and then we ask, as soon as you're done extracting what you need from this ebook, just X out of the browser. And that is all it's going to take to quote unquote return the ebook to the collection to allow your fellow students to access it. Okay, so that was just an example of how to search for courses, add courses, navigate within the course page, and see what the different resources look like within the course page. So you may be looking at this course page, comparing it to your syllabus, and noticing that not all readings are up on this course page. As I mentioned at the beginning of this session, all of our course pages, the documents on them, have to comply with fair use copyright. This means that we're limited with the amount of text from a specific resource that we can put on the course page. So if you notice that there is a book that you are required to read multiple chapters from, it's unlikely that you're going to find those chapters on the ARES course page. You may find a link to the electronic book, which lets you, as we just saw, extract chapters at different times to read, but often any resource that has you read more than one chapter, you'll have to access a different way. If you are also looking for readings that you're not finding on your ARES course page, feel free to search within our library catalog for them. So you can go back to the library homepage. And if you're looking at your syllabus or list of readings, the first thing you're going to want to note is if you're looking for a reading that's in a journal or periodical, or a reading that's in a book. For a reading that's in a journal, if you click on the eJournals tab on the library homepage, you can easily search for the journal title, which will give you the electronic holdings and allow you to navigate the database in which this journal is housed. Remember, in this title search, you want to search for journal title, not article title. So something like Clinical Psychology Review, not a report on clinical psychology as it was published in 1920 or something to this extent. If you're looking for something in a book, you want to highlight the Library Catalog tab and search either by author, title, or even ISBN. When you search in the library catalog, that's going to give you both the physical and electronic holdings. So you'll see what we have available on campus, as well as any ebooks that we have at that time. So I hope that this answered several of your questions about ARES, but the chat is now open. If you have any further questions about anything related to electronic resources, please do chat them here. I'm also going to now type in my contact information to the chat box. So any questions that you would like to send to me privately, or you feel relate to library resources, but not ARES specifically, feel free to email me at any point. And yes, I just saw a chat come up. This will be recorded. This is recorded, excuse me, and will be made available on the library platform, the YouTube page, and other library platforms after today's meeting. Okay, so I just saw a question that came up. Okay, searching for the social work department, right. So the department drop down on the ARES page, I assume that this person is asking about when I'm creating the account. It's a beast of a drop-down. I completely understand. Note that it is not required, so feel free to skip it. But if you want to note your department, you guys are actually under Graduate School of Social Service, okay? That is the department you're going to want to select when you create your account. Okay, so we have another question about the password. Okay, so the password to access your course reading for the required courses is, yes, going to be master and the 4-digit course number, all lowercase, no spaces. If there are multiple sections of a course, and some professors have made their own ARES page that they're adding additional readings to. So sometimes when I search for courses and I type in a course number, right, I can see that some professors have their own course pages, right? And this is that Professor Poindexter has additional readings beyond the required course page. You're always going to want to confirm that you're adding the course page that has the instructor as required, GSSS. And that's the only course page that the password scheme, master, and the 4-digit course number will work for. All these pages have different password schemes, and those passwords are available only to students in those sections, and the passwords are given by the professor. Okay, one more question coming in. Okay, this question, there are 2 syllabi listed under the materials page. One is a Word document with the course title, the other says master syllabus. Okay, so right now the library is in the process of updating all of the 2019-2020 academic year syllabi to the required course pages. The syllabus whose title is 2019-2020 SWGS syllabus is the current and updated syllabus that you should be using. We have a plan to delete all the old syllabi within the coming weeks, so hopefully this issue won't persist. But again, any syllabus that has the current academic year in the document title is the one that you should use. I know many of you have to get to class in just a few minutes, so if there are any final questions, maybe add them in the next 1 or 2 minutes. And then if not, we can wrap up. Okay, one more question just came in. Ooh, how can I access ARES from Blackboard? So honestly, the best way to access ARES is to go straight for the library homepage. Blackboard is its own separate system. So ARES is really working under the jurisdiction of the libraries. So from your browser, I would recommend either bookmarking the library homepage to make it easily found, or even bookmarking the ARES login page. That's going to be your best bet for accessing these course readings and getting to them as quickly and as easily as possible. Okay, everyone, that looks like we're ready to wrap up. Thank you all so much for attending this brief discussion about ARES and electronic course reserves. I'm going to share my email address again. If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. My name is Kirsten Lee, and I'm here to help you with any of your library resource or services questions for the rest of your time here at Fordham. So thank you everyone for coming. Good luck with your courses tonight and for the rest of the term, and have a great fall session.